guys, my name is Fatima El Musbahi. I'm here today with Halal Travels, acting as your travel expert. Lots of you might know me from Instagram. Today's aim of the video is basically to answer all the questions that you left on my Instagram and Halal Travels. So I'm going to be going through them today, and hopefully after this video you might feel a little bit more confident with your next traveling plans. Hopefully go to Halal Travels themselves. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about Halal Travels and myself and my travel experiences. Halal Travels are a company that have over 1,000 holidays in their portfolio. They can offer you free advice, like you don't get charged when you go to them for, you know, holiday ideas and etc. So they offer you that service for free, and their aim for 2020 and beyond is hopefully inshallah to grow their company even more and provide you even more destinations. I also want to tell you guys a bit about my travel experiences. Recently I just got back from Italy. I have to admit it was literally the best trip of my life. It was the first solo trip that I actually have ever done. It literally opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like, I learned a lot from that trip. I went with a friend and we basically got an apartment in Milan. Our travel goals were a little bit different from each other. Like, I wanted to see museums, you know, travel other cities, see, you know, landmarks and tourist destinations. What I did was every day, like, I planned in advance, of course. I went to visit Florence, in Tuscany. I went to Verona. I went to Bergamo. Where else did I go? Milan itself, of course, and then I went like around Milan. It was pretty eye-opening. Like, I learned that budgeting in travel is really important from this trip. Like, I came back broke because of a few incidents that happened, but I'm not going to go into it. But definitely it was amazing, and I have the travel book now because I've come to the UK and all I can think about is my next trip. I've actually booked my next trip, so that's how much travel means to me, and it's a great honour to work with Halal Travels because, you know, they are giving people the dream. The dream is to travel. The dream is to educate yourself as a person. What better than do it in the halal way, you know, like do it with an environment that will keep you safe, do it with an environment that will honour your faith and not cause you to compromise it or contradict it whatsoever. Anyway, the next part of the video is to answer some of your questions that we received, so I'm going to get straight into it. One person asked me, do you prefer to travel alone or with someone? The answer to that question, bearing in mind it's a quite personal one and it's not really like a broad one, but maybe it could inspire other hijabis out there that are contemplating or on the border between traveling and not traveling. I would say I do like traveling alone, and I think it's going to be definitely my goal for this year 2020 to travel as much as I can. The next place I'm going to go to hopefully is Switzerland and Germany and possibly France. I'm not sure yet. I need to plan that a bit more, but I think when you travel alone it gives you, like, it's like a ride or die experience. Literally, I don't mean to be so dramatic, but you have to look after yourself. You've got no one to fall back on, no one to ask for advice, no one to ask for help. It's literally your decisions, your consequences, you've got to deal with it. So the answer to that question is yes. I love traveling by myself. It's just a really different experience. I thrive and I honestly love it. I can't say anything more than that. It's amazing. So next question. Have you ever been to visit Malta, and can you visit Malta? Yeah, I've been to Malta, but it was with family and it was a few years ago. I do plan to visit very soon. It's a really cheap holiday to visit. Like, tickets start from around £50 from what because I do my everyday travel research because I have the bug and I need to travel. So definitely I will be coming soon because I have a lot of friends there as well, and it's like a really cheap destination and the people are really nice. I think when you plan a trip, the most important thing is the people and the society within the culture. Are they friendly? Because that really affects your experience. I mean, personally, if the place isn't friendly, it would put me off a little bit because you're not going to be socializing with anyone if you're traveling alone. You're going to be socializing with the people there. So yeah. Next question. Do halal travels cater for hijabis who want to sunbathe in private? The answer to that question is yes, they actually do. They have a lot of their destinations that are actually closed off for females, so they could sunbathe. They can literally just relax and take their time, you know, do whatever they want. They want to sunbathe, they want to swim in the pool. Halal Travels has got that for you. Next question. Pizza or pasta since I went to Italy? I'm going to answer that question. Definitely pizza because it's just so yummy. But then again, when you eat too much pizza, then you do get a little bit fed up of it because it's carb heavy. But pasta's carbs. I think it just depends on the mood, like what kind of mood you're in when you're traveling and what you want to eat. Say in Italy you have to have both, right? So moving on, somebody's put, I would like to go to Egypt this year. Obviously, as I mentioned before, there's free travel itineraries from Halal Travels, so I would definitely recommend that you hit them up. That is the first step, because they will be able to give you all, you know, the advice that you need, even like budgeting tips. They do all of that for you and you don't have to pay a penny, so it's definitely worth it. Somebody's also put, is there any free travel for me? What I would suggest is you look out for the giveaway that Halal Travels are doing. They actually are giving a free trip, and it is on the 31st of January, the deadline. Definitely look out for that. Another question. Somebody's asked me what countries would I like to travel to in 2020. Are the countries that I want to travel to? I want to travel the world. No, I'm joking. I actually do, but I have to like single it out. Definitely Bali. Bali is like of destinations. Like I can't explain to you how much Bali means to me. I've wanted to go there since I was like 7 because I've read a lot of books about it, and I've always been a reader when I was younger, and I've always like loved to watch movies and things like that, and Bali has always looked amazing and it seems so peaceful and tranquil. I like busy places, thriving places, but I also like a place that I can just switch off, go into my introvert mode and shut off the world. So yeah, definitely Bali, but I think after Bali probably Turkey, because the food is great there, and I've been before but I've never been alone, so that is the next destination. Another question that's been asked is, I love traveling, is there any suggestions of a place with a small budget? I would recommend Bosnia, because it's a really good place for the tight budgeters and the travelers that, you know, possibly don't want to spend so much and yet they still want to have a really good time. So I definitely would recommend Bosnia, and obviously Halal Travels will be able to help you out. Oh, really good question. Somebody's asked, what services do they provide, Halal Travels? Well, obviously I mentioned the free itinerary. They also provide Muslim-friendly hotels and airport transfers with private tours. So technically, you know, all the stuff that you kind of worry about when you go on holiday, like the traveling part, the where do I go, what do I see, because I want to use my time efficiently. Halal Travels basically has you sorted. They will tell you everything. They will squeeze all the time and make you use every ounce of it to see the country that you visit and all the places that you need to go. So definitely, if you want to know more about the services, I would recommend you check their website. The website has a lot of stuff there, and if you want to take the next step, then you need to contact them on Instagram or via email. So now I'm going to move on to the question poll results that we did. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a few questions that you had to pick from, and they varied, so there was quite a broad selection of answers. So I'm going to read out the questions that we had, and I'll tell you the results just so you can, you know, see the vibe and see what people are thinking in terms of travel. So the first question was, what do you think about traveling solo as a Muslim? So there was 4 options. The first option was definitely my thing. The second option was I may consider. Another option was gotta have my buddies. And final option was the more the merrier. The results we got from that question were a majority actually said that it was definitely the kind of thing when they travel solo as a Muslim. The least in that was the more the merrier. So you can have a look at that. And, you know, the next question was, to travel halal, one must choose a Muslim country. A majority actually said not necessarily, but there was other options as well. There was who says so, kinda true, or on point I agree. The on point I agree part, only 4 people picked that, so I'm glad, because, you know, solo travel is one of the best experiences that you can do in your life, and I think it's something that you can do anytime in your life, but it's better, I think, you know, the earlier the better, because you have more time, you've got less responsibilities, and you should always be selfish with yourself, because as you get older, there's a common conception that we settle down and, you know, there's more routine in life. So travel should be in a time where it's spontaneous and it's going to be an adventure and it's going to be unknown. That, to me, that's what travel is to me anyway. So travel during Ramadan. So we had I am down for it, well, why not my thing, and would rather die. Thankfully only one person said they would rather die, because traveling in Ramadan isn't that bad. I've done it before. Obviously I used to travel back home. My family are from Libya, so I used to travel back home and spend Ramadan with them there, and it's amazing, to be honest. Like, to spend it, especially in a country that's a Muslim country, where everybody's fasting and everybody's doing the same routine as you, is pretty amazing. The next question is I also forgot that a majority of people said, oh, a majority of people said not my thing. What? So apparently lots of people don't want to travel in Ramadan. That's an eye-opener. I'm down for it anyway. I would love to travel in Ramadan. I'm down for like any adventure, literally. Just give me the opportunity, I'll open the door and I'll run. Choosing a Muslim-friendly accommodation is important. So the options were yes it is at some level and nope it's not. Most people said yes it was. And obviously I agree with that and I don't agree. I'm kind of in the middle because obviously when you travel, the Islamic responsibilities are down to you, but it makes your life easier, like to choose a destination that's all, you know, around being safe and, you know, doing your holiday in the right way. So I definitely think it would be less headache. So I do understand why people would say that. Final question is, traveling is dangerous for Muslims. It's 2020, get over it. It's a little caution, would not worry. Some places might be. A majority of people said it's 2020, get over it. And I agree because we've advanced so much now as a Muslim community. And obviously things are a lot safer now. There's protocols, there's regulations that look after us. And also like Muslims are everywhere. It's one of the biggest faiths in the world, you know, and you travel, people are gonna know you. Like there's not that, obviously there are people that are ignorant to Islam, but the majority of people are really nice and welcoming and accepting, so it wouldn't be dangerous, you know. I think they just embrace you. Like in Italy, for example, I got told that it was a very racist and not welcoming country, but I realized they judge you not on your faith. So you could wear hijab, you know, it's fine. They embrace you. It's about how you appear. So if you're well put together, because, you know, Milan and Italy, it's a very fashion dominant part of the world, and if you look good and you make an effort with your appearance, they treat you like an Italian. So I didn't feel any animosity or any racism there. Yeah, so that is it for all the questions. I really hope I opened your eyes a little bit. Like I said, if you guys do want to travel this year in 2020, then it's literally nothing stopping you by going contacting Halal Travels right now, like right now. Go on their Instagram and check out what they have to provide you. Even their website, you know, has a lot of details about the places that they provide. Just off the top of my head, they do Bali, Turkey. So definitely go check them out and speak to your agent online. Or contact them via email and somebody will get back to you and offer you the services that you need. So tell them what you need, be concise about it, and yeah, they'll help you out. So I really hope this video was useful for you guys. Make it your dream in 2020 to travel and see the world, because you have every right to travel. It's a big adventure and life is about pushing yourself. No success was achieved from staying in your comfort zone, never. So push yourself and the happiness and the success will follow. Bye.